Today we're going to talk about should families stay together for the sake of the kids? So, my daughter, you tell
Okay.
me, should families stay together for the sake of the kids?
My knee jerk answer is no. That's my
Why would you say no right away like that?
yeah. I think it's I'm thinking about our own experience, like my own experience as a kid, and I really just felt like you guys shouldn't have stayed together just for me.
Why not? I mean, you are the most important thing, and your well being is why I know why did
Yeah.
some of the things that I did.
Hmm.
And I'm quite sure uh, your mother and I wanted the best for you.
And I think I now as an adult, like I know that, but I think as a kid that was not explicitly stated to me, and so what I just saw was two people who were unhappy with each other, like living in the house, and so it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't explained to me that we're here because of you. So what it just felt like was like, why are we here? That's what it felt like.
Mm.
Hmm.
I mean, did the disagreement? I mean, when you say you can tell that we were unhappy with each other,
Hmm.
how did that come across?
Well, it's a
Cause
feeling.
it wasn't we wasn't fighting every day.
You fought a lot. It
Yeah.
felt like almost every day.
Okay.
Um, I think it was also just it was like a feeling, like the energy, like you didn't feel it wasn't a
The
feeling
love
of
vibe.
love. It wasn't a feeling of warmth. There wasn't a feeling of longing. It wasn't a feeling of all the things I think that we as kids want from our parents who are not necessarily getting along. And so because of that, then I was just like, I'd rather my parents be happy. That's what
But what about your happiness, though? Don't you think that?
I think at the time though, I felt that I would be happy if you guys were happy. And I think a lot of kids feel that way. I think a lot of kids feel like, man, I would be happy if my parents were happy, but they're not happy, so I'm not happy. And then it creates this dynamic and everybody's just unhappy.
The reason I say that is because I can't think of a time that, long as I was coming home and seeing you, I was okay.
Yeah, and I mean okay, so individually, like you guys individually, I never felt like you didn't love me or anything. Like I always felt excited because you would always be very happy to see me. I knew I was like your number one priority, and you're like Stuuuke, and you would like come to wherever I was, and you would play with me, and you would do all the things, and you would take me everywhere with you. I never felt a disconnect from you, and I never felt a disconnect from like mom individually. I'm saying together though as a family, I didn't really understand why we were together if like individually everybody was happy, but when it's all together, we weren't really together. I mean, we're like in a home with a roof, but not together.
Okay.
So I just didn't understand it. That's all. I'm like, what's the point of this?
Okay.
Hmm.
I think from a parent point of view, the reason we did stay together is because we knew that I think that kids need each other. I mean, there's some things that a dad brings to the table that mom can't, and there's some things the mom can bring to the table that dad can't. So,
And like I understand that, and honestly, okay, if I really want to look back, yeah, I'm grateful that my parents were in the same house, but I also don't know what it feels like for you guys not to be in the same house. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like you could have showed up for me outside of the house or inside of the house. I think that it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in the house to show up for your children. I don't. Like to see what I need from mom or what I need from you, vice versa. I don't know that it had to just be because we were living in the same house.
hmm,
Hmm.
okay. And I think at the time that your mom and I was together is because, again, like I thought it should be that way. Because
Hmm.
if I wasn't there and your mom dated someone else or whatever it is, God knows what could have happened because I know you have been a girl and this other guy, I don't know him. And would I trust you to be around him?
Yeah. And,
No.
and I know that's why you did it. Like, I know you stayed because you wanted to protect me, and like that was, you felt that was your responsibility. And I'm not saying I want to turn back the hands of time and wish that you could have done anything different. I think if we're reflecting on this, it would have been nice to have all of that and to see you very happy. That's all I'm saying. And to see and to see her happy too.
But I think it was a choice.
Yeah. You guys
Well,
did.
it was a choice I made. I always said I wanted to be where you were until you was big enough to make decisions and go off on your own in life. So I don't never regret the decision I made. Me personally, I don't regret that. Do I regret that you was unhappy? Yeah, I regret that. But
What about you though? Like, what about your happiness? Or was
my
that just not
happiness,
like a factor?
no, my happiness is when you are happy and we'll take care. That's where my happiness is generated from.
Yeah.
That's where my peace of mind is generated from because I am a man. I mean, my job is to be your caretaker in the best way I possibly can. And I just can't trust anyone else to do that like I would do it. And so I did the best with the knowledge I had, and I would do it again under the circumstances. To me, weighing out your well-being versus my happiness, I choose you every time. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, and I mean, and so that's hard for me to like. I'm not saying we're arguing. What I'm saying is hard for me to disagree with that because I appreciate the fact that you were there. I appreciate the fact that you did protect me from a lot of things. You know, I appreciate the fact that I think you and mom have a very much like yin and yang type situation. And you brought a lot of the like happy, nurturing, jolly energy that you're right. If you weren't in the house, I don't know. But again, I don't know. You know what I mean? I only know what it's like to have both of you in the house, not necessarily operating together, but separate as parents, separate as good parents, but not together as a family. I think that's what I had. Parents, not family.
So, what do you think makes a good family, though? Since you're saying that we're not together, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah, we had some dysfunction going on. Let's be real about
Yeah,
it.
we
We had
did.
some dysfunction going on, and like again, I said, but it was all stem to me based on your well-being
I think that if you're asking what makes a good family,
in your eyes,
yeah, in
because
my
I know
eyes,
you don't.
in our situation, what would have made a good family to me is if we would have talked about what was happening. I felt like there was always a pink elephant in the room, and we would just like move around the pink elephant. Like we would never address the pink elephant.
But I think we did.
How so?
Your mother and I, we address our issues, but I feel at times that she couldn't come to believe that it was so out of the norm that she probably think I would have did or reacted some other way.
Because see, what I felt was like y'all would try to like, we shouldn't fight in front of her. We shouldn't argue in front of her.
That was very true too.
But again, that's not helpful because
No.
it still made it feel like the pink elephant was just growing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
we
well, why
should.
don't we just talk about the thing that you don't want to talk about? That's how I felt.
I was all for it, but however, there was a lot of things I think at the time that your mother wanted to spare you the details, or you shouldn't have been involved.
And
And then I understand that.
yeah.
I had that specific thing in my head. I know what it all stemmed from. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm not naive not to know that I don't know what the problem was. We
Yeah.
both knew what the problem was.
Okay.
I mean, when you come down to it,
Yeah.
the the bottom line is that basically you can't make somebody love you. That's not what they want,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I told you, and I used to tell her she couldn't believe it
Mm.
because she thought I always had some other hidden agenda. Why? I could never understand that, and I used to explain to her, whatever we need to do, we need to do it for your welfare,
Yeah.
so you can thrive and go on. I just wanted to make sure you was okay,
Mm-hmm.
and at time when people know that that's your priority, they can use that as a manipulative tool, also.
And and so that's what I'm saying. Like me as your child, though I didn't have the words to say, like I could sense these things happening. I mean, I've been able to say like this is specifically what it was, but I could sense something was going on. And so I think that for me was overwhelming. That's all. And so I just felt like, okay, either we're going to talk about it, the pink elephant, and we're going to like work this out, or you guys can just go your separate ways. Now, would that have been sad? I'm sure. Like, I don't know that I know how to navigate that either as a kid. You know what I'm saying? To have my parents split up. Like, I understand. But at the end of the day, I wonder if the intention had been for everybody to just be at peace and be happy and all the things. Would I really have been that like messed up if you guys had gotten, like split up when I was in the house? Because that's what I'm saying. Like, we as kids, we can sense the underlying current of what's happening, not necessarily what's said on the surface. You could say a lot of words. We don't care. It's about how we feel, how it makes us feel. And I think we can really sense, like, when our parents are genuine or not, or when they're trying to cover something up or not, or when they're angry or not. And they say they're not angry, but their, like, forehead is wrinkled. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can understand. So I don't know. I think it's case by case basis, like you're saying. People make their choices. But if you're asking me in general, I can only speak on our situation, I would say no. That's my answer. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair answer, but I think too that sometimes that uh, moms in particular
Mm.
and dad, we do whatever it takes again for the welfare of the kids. Sometimes it's not the right answer. Looking back over again, but it was the right answer with the knowledge I had at the time.
Yeah, but
But I understand we could sit here and what if.
yeah, we could
We
for
could sit
what
here
if
and
to
say
death.
what if.
But like,
You're
where
right.
does duty though come? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you even like measure that? Because I get it. It's your duty as a dad. It's your responsibility as a dad. But at what point, like, how do you even measure duty versus happiness versus responsibility? Like, how do you even,
See, that's what I think.
yeah.
People with men get happiness mixed up. It's not that whether I'm feeling joyous and
Okay.
wonderful. Happiness is your family, is your daughter safe?
Okay.
Are all of their needs met?
Okay.
She don't have to worry about wondering whether I love her or not, or that I'm good enough to help her reach whatever goal it is she wants.
Okay.
I mean,
I
I
feel
don't
what you're
think
saying.
you can really put a price or an explanation on what that looks like or what it feel like. To me, what it look like is making sure that, yep, you are okay physically, emotionally, spiritually.
Okay.
That's.
So I guess my thought process about like, man, I want my dad to be happy. Like, you really were experiencing
I was happy
happiness because
because
of,
I knew
yeah.
you
Okay.
was okay. Long as I knew I was okay, you was okay, I would be all right. That's where my happiness come into, and I think that's what women fail to realize that's where a man's happiness lies. It's within knowing that his family is okay. Like I say, the woman choose my name. Whatever name they were before, but right now you are Jackson. And being a Jackson, you're my responsibility, not someone else. And I don't want nobody else to try to fulfill my role as a dad, a protector, provider, or whatever it is. You know, a guide. I don't want nobody else doing that.
And I think I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, those are things I respect about you a lot. And I'm not saying that I know better than what you're saying is what fulfills you to be happy or whatever. What I'm saying is like, but what about after I'm gone, after I leave the house? Now you're just like a shell of a person
No,
with like health problems and
no, I'm
stuff.
gone then.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
I know, but you waited all that time to go as opposed to
So?
just, yeah.
So, 'cause I did what I needed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no regrets in my on my part. None.
Yeah.
Zero. No regrets. And like I said, I would do it again because you didn't ask for none of this.
Yeah.
Like my mom always said, you're a result of me and your mother good time.
That's funny. But like also too, then if you guys aren't gonna like choose to separate and you guys are gonna stay together for the sake of the kids, which was me, then
Why couldn't we be a little bit more loving?
yeah.
To show more love. I mean, we wanted that, but it's hard to fake something when you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's hard to play pretend.
Play.
I mean, it's okay for a while, and we did. I mean, me and your mom, we could roll with the best of. But
not
to
with
tell
me.
you- well, that's true, but I don't
Maybe
think
with
we
people
did it
out
with.
there, but-
We didn't fool everybody out there. I mean, come on, people are not. And I don't pretend to be like people are big dummies.
Yeah.
I mean, because really, they don't care.
It's really true.
They really don't care.
Yeah.
You know, but some people that's hey, I need to do this to show the public that I'm all of this, but really you're dying inside, you're crying out,
Yeah.
or whatever it is. And that's why sometimes you see people find solace in something else, whether it's overeating, gambling.
Well, yeah, I had a
Oh,
friend.
whatever it
I had a
is.
friend, and he told me it's called shoes. What is it? Shoes by the Door Dad or something like that. Where he said like, it's the dad who comes home. He doesn't really say much. He like smiles and he kind of laughs. He gets his like whiskey. He has his like cigar or whatever. He sits down after work. He enjoys that, and then he goes to bed and he gets up and he does it all over. It's kind of like everything exists around him rather than like with it. And he's just there.
Don't really participate.
Yeah, like he's there as like the provider, and he's gonna step up when you need
Observer.
something. Yeah, but he's more of an observer rather than participating in the family. And he was just telling me like sometimes that happens to a lot of dads when they're there out of response. They know what their responsibility and their duty and all the thing is, but there's no passion, no love with the partner. And so he just becomes like do you feel like that's true? He just becomes like
I can understand that.
I might be telling the story wrong. He said it a little bit better than me.
No. I understand what you're saying. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. But I don't know. I wanted to participate in your life, not just to show up. I wanted to.
But you were there. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. You participated in my life, but it was me and you and me and mom. It wasn't me, you, and mom. And so it's just that's what I'm saying. We were able to have this. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm super grateful.
Yeah, yes.
You and I have such a good relationship. But at the same time, if you're asking me the question, that's how I feel. It's hard for me to say yes because what I experienced was you, and I experienced mom, but I did not experience together. And I mean, we did stuff together, but when I think back on those times, I'm like, we were kind of just
Do that cause any, you think, resentment towards us on the
no.
kid part?
No, I don't feel any resentment. I mean, sometimes when I think back on it, I'm like, I feel sad, but resentment, no. I'm like, okay, you guys, like, again, I
Mm-hmm.
understand now as an adult, you did what you had to do. It just makes me sad. That's all. I'm like, oh, sad for you guys. Cause I'm like, that's a lot of years. It's a lot of years to just kind of be, you're just existing.
Yeah,
I
yes,
think
that's
that's
true.
my concern. I get what you're saying. Like, I do it again. I repeat it. And I'm like, wow, like, that's wild right there. That's crazy to repeat just existing. And I understand, like, I'm part of the equation. But I don't know, Dad.
You
That's
are the
I'm the equation. It's just hard for me to
yeah,
fathom.
yeah. I wouldn't want you to do the same thing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you should be or I should be your example.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I'm just telling you what I did at the time when I was in the situation. I did what I thought was right,
Hmm.
and that's why I said I would do it again because to me your well-being was more at stake than anything else.
But again, I think what has helped is that you and I have had these conversations as I've gotten older. I think had we never talked about, me growing up and the concerns that I had and all the things, I would have repeated the same things, right? Because we wouldn't have had the open conversation to be like, don't do what I did. But you're not saying don't do as I do. You're giving me a reason why, and we had a very open
Mm-hmm,
conversation about it.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I do think, okay, say if a parent does choose or parents do choose to stay together because of that, like just talk to us. Just tell us. Like as a teen, I could have handled it,
Yeah,
honestly.
as a teen, you're right, but
No, I
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Like, and that's part of you being a dad. I understand. Kids, we don't have the capacity yet to comprehend what you're saying. But we are really intelligent beings, And so I
Mm-hmm.
do think as time you could say things that meets like a 4-year-old's needs. You can say things that meets a 7-year-old's needs, and then it could get broader and broader as you get older. But I feel like we didn't do that. We didn't really talk about our stuff. We just knew it was stuff and it was toxic and everybody just did their thing and existed in toxicity.
Well, that's true.
And then after I became an adult, then you and I had these very long, drawn out conversations. And it does help. Like that plus therapy plus the things I've gone through have helped me to be like, okay, actively not repeat those patterns. So it is helpful.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think we should tackle at a kid at a very early age. You're right. I think also kids should be able to see you in disagreement, but
Me too.
how to handle it,
How to handle it. I think it's healthy.
how to stand up for
Yeah.
yourself, how to fight fair, how to
Yes, it's
you don't
healthy.
need to get into name calling
No.
and saying all these harsh and
Belittling. Yeah. Mean.
mean stuff to get your point across.
Because, like, again, I think we said this in another episode. Like, it inadvertently still teaches us to accept those things. Like, even though you guys want to do things out of duty and responsibility and all the things, it's still teaching us as kids to this is what you do. This is what you accept. This is what you do with your family and your situation. So I don't know. I think it's like a double-edged sword, the situation.
It is.
It
It is a
is.
double-edged sword.
It's just something maybe we need to talk
Because
about more, but yeah, how do you do that?
we do need to talk about that more, how to disagree in a family or how to
Mm-hmm.
address your angers or discomfort. I think it needs to be said. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
You can't not talk about it. You can't say harsh words because you are upset at the time or whatever it is. Because believe it or not,
Yeah.
words are like bullets. Every time you open your mouth and speak something out, I mean,
It's out there
it's out there.
and
I
it's
mean, and
done.
it's gonna do what it need to do. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna heal. It's gonna damage. It's gonna encourage. It's gonna do
Yeah.
whatever it is. You just can't say thing and then just figure, okay, those words are just word that was spoken and it does nothing.
It's true.
When they say
Yeah.
sticks and stone may break my bone, but word can't hurt me, that's the biggest lie someone ever told.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
words are
lying.
more damaging than someone punching you,
And
because that can really stay in your psyche for a long
it
time.
can, and I don't think we're looking for like perfect parents, because that's just not possible. We're all having this like human experience. I think we're just looking for authenticity and realness. That's it. So, say for example, you do argue. You guys argue.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm so sorry about that. Like, woo, we're just really mad right now. Like talk, like just say what it is.
Yes, and you need to say that to one another,
Yeah.
especially you don't you shouldn't be so rigid that you can't say that to the one that's in your family that really knows you, that loves you, or whatever it is. You should be able to say that.
It's true, because then so big emotions, big feelings, all these things happen, and then we don't talk about them. Then when I go out into the world and I have big emotions and big feelings, I don't know how to deal with it. Family is like the first place where we truly learn how to
Yes,
do
it
all
is.
the things
It is.
and to handle conflict and people being mad at you and all, it's how you learn to navigate. And so I think we just have to be real. Like, it's okay. To me, family should be the place where you can fall apart. It's
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I'm not saying you guys needed to be perfect. I just wish that it was just open, like, and then we're like, okay, let's talk about that. Like, why did that just happen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yes,
like you right now.
that's
Like,
right.
I didn't like that you did that. You yelled at me. Okay, I did yell. And, I wanted,
That's right.
if
And you
there's
did that, never considered how it
yeah,
will make me feel, or whatever it is.
yeah,
Why did you do that?
yeah,
Yeah. Yes,
that's it.
you're right.
So,
You're exactly right. We need to show our family how to disagree and respect each other in a way too.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a way to do it. But
Yes, it is.
it just teaches so many things like confidence and self esteem and how to stand up for yourself. Or if we're talking about fighting, but family can teach you a lot of just everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first place where you learn, because if you don't learn it there, you're going to figure it out there in the world. And then it's a little rough out here.
Yeah, and then you get into. That's why you have people with anger issues. They don't know how to deal with their feel or emotions at the time, and they figure that the best way is to eliminate it. Okay, it don't mean you have to go and do something tragic anyway. Because when we were kids or whatever it is, we'll be playing one minute, we'll have our little scuffle or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
I remember some of the older people saying, "Now y'all both were around there playing, and all of a sudden now you're mad with each other, whatever it is." Okay, you did this and that. What's the problem here? Well, after you address the problem, okay, now get back out there and you start back playing again, and you forget about it.
Yeah, but again, very much village, community,
It was a village
family
was.
based. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So,
I mean, right now we have so much technology and things available to us, but we're spiraling down still. I think when I was growing up, when we didn't have the technology like we had right now, because you got answers
Father Google.
that's available right away.
Yeah, Father Google.
However, we still don't utilize it.
No. And I think because it's just there's just so much now. Like before, you had the one old lady who came talk to you guys about the scuffle, right? You didn't have Father Google for 1900 answers about how to handle a scuffle.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I just don't know that we're really even thinking for ourselves anymore. I don't. Like, it's so many different things coming in. It's like, how do you decipher between your family, the internet? Like, it's just.
But because I don't think we, like you said before, we don't take the time to sit down as a family to really go into what was going on in each person's life that day, or discuss an issue that this person may have and here's ways we can go by to mitigate this problem or whatever it is. We don't sit down and talk anymore. Even we're so busy that even family eating in that room, they catching a snack over there, this family doing this. No, we should take as a people a time to sit aside that where we all really eat and growl at the same table, just like my dad said. Even the Pride of Lions eat together,
That's
and they
true.
still sit there growling at each other as they eat, but they're communicating.
That's funny. But yeah, I also feel like the scrolling, like I don't the art of this of just having like a conversation with your family, I don't it's getting lost because it's a lot of
But
at the
we
we're at the table like scrolling.
okay,
It's
but
wild.
we need to stop this though. We
Yeah.
as adults need to take a time out, find that sacred time that we're gonna come together as a family. Even though we argue a lot, I can remember times when we always sit down as a family that we prayed together.
We
We
did eat
talked
at that
about it,
little table in the kitchen. That's
and
true.
things were better to me then.
Yeah, we ate at
Is
the little
when we
table.
start getting away from that because of business. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Now, cause as a soldier, I mean, your time you couldn't just plan that
Yeah.
you're gonna be that time, that time. But then your family start doing the same thing. No, no, no. Just because I'm working, you and your mom still need to sit down and eat together or whatever it is. It still should happen. We still should be able to go in and say, what went on today? How was your day? What was going on? This and this and that. You can't say nothing here and that. No, this is the time we can dump. If whatever that's we're struggling with, we can bring it and put it on the table as a family, and we can all look at it. Cause every one of us has an opinion.
Yeah, I know. Like, and it's true. We did have the times where we sat at the dinner table and we talked and we had the things, but yeah, I don't, those were not, that's not the norm. That was an exception. So I think it has to be the norm.
Yes, and we have to do that. I mean, even regardless of what, we need to have that sacred time where the family will come together. That's the only way it'll ever stay together. If we don't demand that time and find that time to that we could come together, then you will forever be just a unit out there by yourself.
Yeah, it's overwhelming kind of to think about because it's true. Like you have to fix it almost. Like we don't have a choice. Like if you have a family, like you have to do this, or else it's just the cycle's gonna perpetually go. Like it's just gonna perpetuate, and then I don't know. I worry for us as a people. I don't want to think that way, but when we talk about this subject, people just staying together, people just existing, people on their phones scrolling, no one talking about things anymore. What's the outcome of that?
That's why it always have to be a leader in the family. Someone got to
Yeah.
set the tone.
Yeah. And it needs
And
to
it
be
usually,
you, the dad.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Or the husband. Well, at least that's,
Yes.
again, we're very traditional in our thinking, but I don't want to apologize for that. All I'm saying is that's where we're coming from. That's how I think it should be. I do.
Yeah, and I think in a family, if you want to get your family close together, you have to end up finding time to spend together as a family.
Yeah.
Regardless, it doesn't matter how much time, but that you do it. Even if you can't spend together but 30 minutes, the longer you're eating and discussing stuff, you do it as a family, and it'll pay big dividends.
Yeah.
If you ever want to bring your family closer together, I truly believe that. I've seen it happen with my granddad and my dad too. Even though we had some dysfunction going on there, but hey, that tightness is there. That's what knit families together.
Yeah.
The time you spend with each other, and there's no better time than spending at the dinner table, talking and growling and eating at the same time. Well, folks, we're running out of time, so hey, we really appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you for the next episode of Stuuuke. Hey, peace out, homie.